Yeah, so officially, good evening. Good evening, Maria. Good evening, guys from YouTube. So, my name is Solon. I am your host tonight. And well, especially tonight, we're going to talk about drugs in society. Maybe it's a little bit of a polemic topic, but I think at the same time, it's an interesting topic. So, I think it's important for us to discuss. But before we start, let's start with the introductions. All right. So, Maria, please say your name. Where are you from? How did you get here on TNT? And go ahead, please.
Hi guys, I'm Maria. I'm 27 years old. I work with brands in data analysis. Actually, I'm São Paulo right now, but I'm not living all the time in São Paulo. I spend some time here, some time in countryside with my family, so I made this balance. I also have a degree in digital social media, and I'm here in Talk and Talk because I need to improve my English because of my job and because I like to study and learn new things.
Okay, nice. So welcome, Maria. And well, as you can see, as I said before, my name is Solon. I'm also 27 years old. I've been a host here on TNT since March of last year, I think, and it's always a pleasure to meet new people and have the opportunity to talk to them. All right, so feel welcome. And yeah. Yes. So before we start, I'm going to explain a little bit how TNT works, all right, for you and for the guys on YouTube. So basically, TNT is a conversation platform for beginners, intermediate, and advanced English speakers. As you can see, we are live on YouTube, and you can have access to a lot of different conversations and even classes through our platform, talkandtalk.com.pr. All right. Here's how the meeting work. I bring a topic. We have a few questions related to this topic, and we are going to try to answer these questions and keep the conversation going. All right. Uh, please, our objective here is to speak. So please share your opinion, give your thoughts, and speak up. All right. And yes, I think that's it. I think I've spoken too much, so let's go to the questions. All right. I'm going to send the questions here. If you see them, please let me know. Yes.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay, nice. So let's start with the first one, the very basics. So, do you smoke or drink alcohol, or have you ever tried these? Tell me.
I don't smoke. I drink alcohol sometimes, like in birthdays,
Okay.
parties, or when I go to some restaurant with it, or they have some special drink and I want to taste it and try. I drink
Yes.
alcohol in these times, but not every day and every week. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's especially alcohols. I don't like beer, for example, because of the taste. I like gin, rum, this kind of alcohol.
Okay, nice, interesting. Well, in my case, I don't drink either. And well, I've tried before, but it didn't, I don't know, I didn't feel it. I don't see the point of going out there and, oh, I need to drink this and that. So I think it's more a matter of having fun, because sometimes people drink to be with friends, they drink to go to a party. So I think it's not totally related to the act of drinking. So I think it goes like this. And talking about smoking, I've never smoked, but I have a few friends that do. And I don't know, at least my friends, they tell me, oh, I started because I saw some friends smoking, then I started smoking, and they offered me it, and then I proved, and then I started, and etc. But for me, in my case, I never saw this as a relevant thing, so I never smoked. What about you? Have you had someone offering you to smoke something? And nowadays we have the pod, not so much the cigarettes,
Yes.
but yeah. Go ahead.
I never smoke. I have some friends that smoke, and I think it's always a culture thing
Yes.
because now you have the pots, but when I was a teenager, we had nargile.
Yes,
So
that's
I
true.
think in that term, different periods has different trends for smoke.
Yes,
So
that's true.
and cigarettes is always, but I don't like smoke. I never tried, but it's not relevant for me too. I think it's not something that I want to do. Maybe spend more time addicting in eating uh, sweets, candies is more my
Yes.
type.
Okay, nice. And one other, of course, we have the health issues with cigarettes, but other bad issue is the smell, because people that smokes, they have a characteristic smell. It's really bad. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of that either. So let's go to the next one. I'm going to ask you, Maria, why do you think it's acceptable to drink alcohol and smoke pots, but not use like other types of drugs, for example?
I think in Brazil, especially, is culture because we have a society really a religious society. So this thing is like not acceptable for some rules in religion, for example, and the
Yes.
government is not focused on that. So we have some countries like Germany, uh, Holland, Uruguay is close to us also, and they have some rules in government about drugs. And in Brazil, we don't have much uh, rules about that. So I think this maybe can difficult people use and accept to this kind of things.
Okay, interesting. Yes, and you talked about Uruguay is a country of South America, very near to us, and they have a very advanced legislation talking about these types of drugs. And it's interesting to see this, because normally here in South America, Brazil has a very big geopolitical influence. But in this case, Brazil is, I don't know, at least for me, it looks like Brazil is behind. Uruguay is
Yes,
in
is
front of
I
us. Yeah.
was in I have been in Uruguay 2 years ago, and I talked with some persons about that, and it's really different a mindset because they have some rules about medicine and
Yes.
marijuana and recreative marijuana with smoke and these things, and they can smoke all the time. They need to go to a specific place to buy. It's not like someone in street
Yes.
selling marijuana is different. So they know that it's something for adults and need some rules. But in Brazil, we don't have this mindset. People just thinking about, oh, drugs is wrong, and everybody you be using and this kind of things. It's not like, oh, we need rules and it's a process in medicine, it's in recreative. So I think it's more about the government doing this first for people understand the importance.
Okay, nice. Well, I see your point when you say that it's socially accepted when we talk about alcohol. But do you think that nowadays smoking is also acceptable? For example, on other days, on a few years ago, maybe a lot of years ago, we could smoke inside the restaurant. And after that, we had the area of smokers inside the restaurant. And after that, we cannot smoke anymore in a establishment. We need to be outside. So,
Yes.
why do you think this mindset changes of us?
I don't know exactly. I think because people understand the consequence for to smoke for it's not like of course alcohol for me is a problem because people drink and start to drive and cause a lot of things. And but in smoke, people think that when you smoke, you not just make problems with your body, you can cause problems with people around you because of the I don't know in English fumaça
They smoke?
and they smoke. So
Yes.
I believe that this makes some difference and people start to look different for this. Also, my my parents say that before we had some merchandising on
Yes,
TV,
that's true.
and now we don't have. So some things really changed, and I don't know. Sometimes I think about it. And in cigarettes, we have in the box cigarettes, we have this. Oh, this may can cause cancer, and people keep use it. So I don't know if someone want to use it, this person you smoke is not like, oh, this will cause cancer. It's not important. I want to smoke.
Yes, I see your point when you say that we use it to advertise more. Let's take, for example, older movies. The hero or the heroine always smoked, you know? It was like a sense of power of being in a good position. You use it to smoke, and that was the law, you know? So we're interested in this point. But let's go to the next question. Uh, I think you know, but not everybody knows that sugar and caffeine are also some types of drugs. And we are, at least here in Brazil, we drink a lot of coffee. You yourself talked about having a lot of candies and sweets. So what do you think about this? Why do you think these kind of drugs are acceptable and the others are not? Or we should limit or try to prohibit too? What's your opinion about that?
I don't used to drink caffeine and coffee, but I used to eat some sugar. Now I more
Okay.
control it, but when I was younger and I need to study a lot for university and these exams, I used to eat sugar during all day. So I bought a lot of chocolates and bring it with me for everywhere. And it's really is a problem because this also cause problems in your body like diabetes, obesity, and is an inflammatory uh, um,
Substance?
substance, so it's not good. But also in Brazil, we have some difference in sugar now. The Anvisa is trying to change that. So when you buy something, is writing a lot of sugar, a lot of salt, a lot of gordura. So it is changing. But for example, in Uruguay, when I was there, also the Coca-Cola has a big writing. This is not a health drink, so they change it a little bit. And for example, I grew up buying things, especially sugar, with some cartoons. So, oh, I will buy this chocolate because they have Monica and Turma da
Yes,
Mônica.
that's true.
I will buy this yogurt because they have Bob Esponja. So I believe that this can I don't know, but maybe uh, influence
Yes.
kids to being addicted in sugar because of these cartoons. So I is a behavior since I was a child. So it's difficult to change right now.
Yes, I know what you're talking about because we all, when we were childs, when we were children, we use it to associate. Oh, I like this cartoon. They're selling this chocolate, so I want to have it. I want to eat it. And nowadays it's kind of different, I think, because I'm not sure, but I think that we cannot advertise directly to kids anymore, you know? I think we cannot do
No.
that. Yes, and this is a way of the government to try to stop us to consume so many sugar and etc. And other interesting thing that you mentioned is this label, you know, because it's true. Nowadays we have this like a lot of fat, a lot of sugar. It's written and saturated fat and etc. It's some way to help us to see what we are eating. Very nice, very nice. I don't know. Do you think that should be any regulation about this? Like, it's prohibited to sell sugar, or it's prohibited to sell above this level of sugar in your daily products, or you think that it's okay the way it is, and everyone needs to think about what you're eating, for example?
It's difficult. I don't know so much about the this industry,
Yes,
but
food industry.
I know some things. For example, some some alimentos that have a lot of sugar or fat, they are cheaper than some healthy
Mm,
products. So is something that is difficult to change because in Brazil people don't have so much power to buy good things sometimes because they are more expensive. So it's difficult to government say, oh, you can't do this because it's not healthy because of these problems. And I don't know, it will be good if the government change, but it's a big problem with our industry. And in Brazil specifically, I think it's difficult to change.
Okay, nice. Oh, I remember that you talked about that in Uruguay there was the Coca-Cola bottle and it was written like, oh, a lot of sugar and etc. Do you drink soft drinks like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, and etc.?
Sometimes because I don't feel so much. My stomach is not so strong, so I don't
Okay.
eat. I don't drink always. Just in especially day, but in summer because it's too hot, I like soda as a lemon. Is a lemon flavor. Coca Cola not much, but soda in summer I usually to drink.
And I know a lot of friends that drinks a lot of Coke, you know, but they change it. I'm not drinking Coke. I'm drinking Coke without sugar, you know. So it's different. Do you think the same? Do you think this is the future of soft drinks to be without sugar?
Is I work at Coca Cola in the past, so I know
Really?
some,
So nice. Go ahead.
and they have some problems with that because people are really changing their behavior to about drinks. So they have Coke Zero in Brazil, especially people are drinking more and more than Coca Light. Coca Light is like almost out of the market because people don't use it to drink Coca Light anymore, just Coke Zero. And is a behavior from another countries like in Europe, people are changing their mind also. So it's like people uh, are drinking zero soda and also eating less meat. So it's a behavior change. And also there's some nutritionists right now that are saying to their patients to drink Coke Zero because they have less sugar and calories than some orange juice or something like that. So it's easier to these people keep the diet going on when they are drinking Coke.
Whoa, I didn't know about that. But really interesting because I heard that if you eat an orange, it's okay because it's one orange. But if you drink a juice of orange, it's not so good because there is a lot of orange in a short amount of fruit,
Yes,
in a
and they
glass, let's say
have
for example.
they have a lot of calories. So if you want to lose weight, you need to drink. It's better to drink zero soft drinks than juices. It's not healthy. I don't like too
Yes.
much this idea, but people is doing that.
And yes, interesting to say that. And you talked about it that you worked there and you saw that the behavior of people is changing. I agree with you because a lot of my friends they drink Coke, but they only drink the zero one, so it's
Yes,
different.
is a way to these big companies stay in the market, because of course they want to sell normal soft drinks, but is a way to keep going and uh, stay in the market.
Nice. You mentioned that you really like eating sweets and candies and etc. Do you think we can make candies and sweets without sugar in the future?
I think so because people are doing a lot of things like we have meat without meat and the flavor
Yeah.
of meat. So I believe it.
Okay, nice, nice. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Um, yes, I think it's number four. Maybe a little bit of polemics, but I'd like to hear your opinion. All right. Considering all the things that we talked about, sugar, caffeine, and etc., what's your opinion about the legalization of marijuana? Let's take, for example, you went to Uruguay, and Uruguay it's allowed but not allowed everywhere. You have a specific place to go there and consume this type of product. So what's your opinion about you live in São Paulo, right now? So what's your opinion here in Brazil? Where do you live? In the countryside where you go with your parents? Tell me.
It's a difficult topic because, for example, in medicine, I think is is time to legalization because a lot of people have problems with pain, with schizophrenia, and this kind of things. And cannabidiol is a really good medicine to help these people. My mom have chronic pain with fibromyalgia, and she takes a lot of medicines, but when she started to take cannabidiol, she really improved her life because she not think about pain all the time. She can do more things in daily routine. So I think it's a good topic, but it's very expensive to buy because in Brazil we don't have legalization and there's a lot of problems, so we need to buy from United States, so it's really expensive. And I think in state of São Paulo have some improvements because of the government. In SUS we can take these medicines, but not for all disease, so for some specific disease. But it's a really legal improvement. Now in recreation for people smoke and this kind of things, I believe is more difficult right now because it's a cultural thing, and we need to solve a lot of problems with security and legalization and make a lot of rules to sell it. To Anvisa needs to know the quality because people sometimes mix a lot of drugs and sell as marijuana, so it's really difficult. But in the future, but really really in the future, I believe that Brazil will legalize it because it's a economical thing. We United States sell the New York Times, I think, some weeks ago made article saying that marijuana, after legalized in United States, caused a lot of improvement in the economic because we sell a lot of medicines, and Americans love to buy medicines. So they improve a lot the economy because of the tax and a lot of things we can surge with this legalization. And in the future, but like 15 or 20 years, I believe that we have this change in Brazil, but
Yes.
not right now. Maybe some steps in medicine, but in recreation and adult use, I think no.
Okay, nice. And you talked about maybe 20 years, something like that. Do you think that in the future it's going to be like cigarettes, like you can go out and smoke and then, I don't know, go to the bar and smoke and it's going to be okay? Or you think the situation is going to be impossible in Brazil?
I think it's in São Paulo, maybe, for example, if you go to Pinheiros in São Paulo or Vila Madalena, it's normal people smoke marijuana in bars. It's not legalized, but it's normal because the the type of people who goes this local and these places think it's okay. But for example, when I go to countryside in my parents' city, no one talk about marijuana, no one smoke. Is completely different from the capital. So maybe in some years, like in São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, maybe Belo Horizonte, some things change faster than in the countryside.
Okay, nice, nice. Just for curiosity, where is the countryside that your parents live?
Paraguaçu.
In São Paulo?
Yes, There's a Paraguaçu in São Paulo and Minas Gerais. There's two Paraguaçus in Brazil.
Okay, really interesting. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so let's go to the next one. It's question number 5. We talked about drinking in a, how can I say, in a social way. Let's take, for example, going to the parties, going to special moments, and etc. But we both know that alcohol is also very addictive, and people, they drink a lot. Sometimes people drink every day. As you said before, people drink and go out to drive. So what do you think about people? Why do you think that people drink alcohol like in this way? Do you think it's a pressure of the society, or it's just the person that likes to drink a lot, or maybe, I don't know, the influence of the media? What's your opinion about that?
I never think about it. Maybe the social pressure is the most important thing because alcohol is not good, the taste of alcohol. I never drink some alcohol, it's good. You need to put some flavor in the alcohol to taste better. So maybe this social behavior is something that influence people to drink, and this became a habit, so people
Yes.
just drink without thinking too much about it.
Okay, nice, interesting. Yes, and I always see that, yes, of course, alcohol has its bad side, but when I think about alcohol, always come to my mind party, celebration, things like that, It doesn't come a sad moment, it's always a happy moment. So maybe it's because, as you said, the pressure of the society, but I also think that we have a lot of influence of the media. Let's take, for example, an advertisement talking about beer. It's always some people that are happy in a party. It's always we always relate that to special and good moments. It's
Yeah,
kind of
and I remember when I was in my university, my teacher, when it was in the pandemic in 2020, my teacher says about something that every price, for example, price for rice, beans, meat, and everything as increasing, less alcohol. And I never thought about it. And there's something between the government and the alcohol industry that we need to balance the price of alcohol, because if alcohol is too much higher, people start to use another drugs
Mhm.
to keep it, because there are people use there are people that drink alcohol in parties and everything, but there are people that drink alcohol in daily routine just because they like the feelings and this kind of things. And when alcohol, if alcohol in the pandemic start to increase their price, people start to buy and use another drug. So it's something to government make the people in control and don't make a problem, a bigger problem.
Well, I never thought about that, because maybe, as you said, if people see that the alcohol is too expensive, they are going to look for a substitute, and these other
Yeah.
substitutes may be a drug, not legalized. I totally agree with you. Very nice, very nice, interesting. Let's go to the next one. It's question number 6. You know, I have a friend that she's been living, I don't know, 6 years without eating sugar. One day she said, "Oh, I cannot eat sugar anymore," and then she doesn't eat anymore at her house. She doesn't use sugar at parties. She doesn't eat certain things. So what do you think about that? Would you live without sugar, or you think that it's how can I say in Portuguese? Mal necessário, that we all need, and that's okay. We just don't need to
Yeah,
exaggerate on it.
I can't live without sugar. I can't. I know some people that do some challenge like 20 days without sugar to lose 5 pound, 5'8", 5 pounds. And I think, oh my god, 20 days is too much for me. Maybe 2 days, like one weekend without sugar, but it's a mal necessário. I believe that we need to take some control, not eating too much because it's not good. But also we have so too much uh, good sugars and desserts to prove.
Yes, I agree with you. Let's take, for example, Brazil. We go to a party, we see brigadeiro, we cannot let that pass,
Yes, the cake, the brigadeiro, ice cream. I really
Yes, ice
love
cream.
ice cream.
Yes, interesting. Yes, and I think to myself, sometimes I thought, oh, I'm going to do like my friend and not eat sugar, but it's really hard, because we have sugar everywhere. Everywhere you
Yes,
go, if you go to a party, to somebody's house, to eat outside, it always has sugar. It's very hard to do
yes.
that.
Sugar and salt are ingredient that industry put in some aliments just for keep more uh, durar. I don't
Yes.
know. Is something to keep. For example, if I did some cake and there is no sugar there, the cake you durar less time than a cake with sugar because sugar is like a
A
powerful ingredient.
conservant, yes. Yes, I got what you mean. Okay, nice. So let's go to the next one. This one is very interesting. It's question number 7. Do you think that everyone is addicted to something? And if so, what are you addicted to? Tell me.
Yes, I think it is.
Okay, interesting.
I think about me. I have some seasons.
Okay, tell me more. I'm curious.
For example, right now no for like for 8 months since December, I I got Dachshund is like a dog. We know
Yes, a
salsicha.
dog. Yeah.
And I'm very addicted to salsicha's videos, so I learned a lot about this dog and things to do with this dog and this treats. Also, I saw some candies to do health candies for dogs because they don't have candies, and I start to think, oh, just ração is not good. I want to cooking something for my dog. So I learned about some candies, and I'm addicted to that because she is very young, and I'm addicted to. But I maybe in 1 year I will forgot about it and try another thing.
Okay, nice. But you adopted the dog, or you are just seeing videos about it?
No, I adopted one dog,
Nice. What's her name?
Barry.
Barry. It's a male dog or female?
Yes, female.
A female dog, Barry.
I
Okay.
think about strawberry, but it's too strong, too long, and
Too
I just
big,
put
yeah.
berry.
Very creative, very nice. And you mentioned something that we didn't talk about here, but it's totally related. You talked about watching videos to learn a little bit more about it, and we have social media. I know a lot of people that are addicted to social media. When they wake up, they go to Instagram and they start looking at videos or posts. They go to TikTok and etc. They are really addicted to that. And when their battery dies, it's not like, oh, if someone calls me, I'm not going to answer. No, it's like this. Oh, I cannot see TikTok, I cannot see Instagram anymore. So times are changing. So tell me, are you addicted to social media too, or you just don't care? It's okay for you?
I It's a little really difficult for me because I work
Okay.
with data analysis. So in my daily routine, in my job, I use a lot of social media because I make analysis from social media and data. So I using to see social media like 8 hours per day because of my job.
Whoa, that's a
But
lot.
when I finish my job, I don't like to use my smartphone. I answer some friends in WhatsApp and just because I spend a lot of time on social media and I don't want to see anymore.
No, that's good. That's good. And what else? Yes, we talked about people that are addicted to eating, like sugar. I have few friends that are addicted to coffee, they can't not live one day without coffee. Like, oh, I wake up, I need to drink my coffee and etc. Let me see. Yes, we have social media, kind of smartphones too. And talking about social media, it's interesting to see this because on other days, I don't know, maybe 7, 8 years ago, we didn't have so much access to social media. It was popular, but it was not all the time with us. But nowadays, with TikTok, Instagram, with the short formats of video, it's so addictive. Sometimes you
Yes,
take the smartphone to see a video, and oh, I'm going to see for, I don't know, 5 minutes. And when you see 40 minutes like that, really
yes.
crazy.
I forgot the numbers, but some days ago I read an article that say we spend like if we spend 1 hour on TikTok or maybe Instagram and we see videos of 30 seconds. I forgot the exact number, but it's like more than 300 videos in 1 hour because they are really short.
Short, yes, that's true. A lot of things, and at the end, it would be interesting if at the end we could like, oh, I learned this, I know how to do that, but it's not like this. At the
No,
end, it's just like, oh, what did I do? 1 hour
yeah,
has gone.
it's a lot of videos and a lot of misunderstood informations
Yes,
because
that's
it's
true.
not a really topic. It's like, oh, this video, this girl is going to a cafe. This video is about a dog. This video is about a gossip, and it's really different.
Yes, it's random. Yeah, it's really crazy to see this kind of things. We didn't talk here too, but I have a few friends that they're addicted to buying stuff. Especially through the internet. I have few friends that they like I don't know how action figures, like small toys like
Ah,
this.
Funko.
Funkos, that's the name. And they buy a lot through the internet, and they say, oh, this is like from character from the movie, from Harry Potter, and etc. Things are really crazy.
Yes, our generation is really specific because we grow up with a lot of cartoons and big movies like Harry Potter, uh, Jogos Vorazes,
Yes, that's
Star
true.
Wars, a lot of movies with a series of movies.
Sequences, yeah, like
Uh,
Marvel and etc.
yes, we don't have this right now. We have some Marvel movies, but we don't have a sequence movie, big movie. We finished that, I think, with uh, I don't know, as Dune is a
Doom,
new
yes.
one, but we don't have a lot of cartoons and big things like our generation has. So now we have power to buy. So we want to buy everything
That's
about these
true.
cartoons.
That's true. That's true. And we talked about Harry Potter, Marvel, and etc. We also have a great, not great, a bad addiction, but it's really big addiction to Netflix and watching things on TV. I see this a lot because people sometimes, oh, I wanted this new series, and I say, oh, it came out last week, and the person say, hey, yes, I know, I watched
I
all the
finished.
episodes. Yes, in one day or 2 days. So things are really crazy talking about watching movies and TV series too. I don't know if you
Yeah.
do it.
I I I have some series from nowadays that I like it, like Bridgerton, but
Yes,
they are big ones, and Netflix don't put all the episodes in one
at
day
once.
because there
Yes.
are big ones, so they split the episodes. And Stranger Things is the other one that I like it, and they don't do Stranger Things every year. They do Stranger Things 1 year, and after 3 years they make another.
Nice, nice. Okay, I think we can go to the next one. I think it's number 8. So, yes, there is an old saying that goes like this. The difference between a poison and a medicine is the dose. Do you agree with that? What do you think about this phrase? Do you think it's true, it's false, it depends? Tell me your opinion, please.
Poison is what
It's
is
like,
poison?
yes, let's take, for example, you want to kill a cockroach, you want to kill a rat, use a poison, it's going to kill this animal, it's going to kill this. It's like veneno.
Ah, I understand now. Yes, in Brazil, people are not too addicted to medicines,
Yes,
and
that's true.
is different. But I know, and I watched so much. I think 3 weeks ago, a movie on Netflix that talk about it. In United States, we have a really problems with opioids. Is a type of medicine, and there
Yes,
people use more opioids than drugs. Like in Brazil, people use cocaine, ecstasy, this kind of things. But in United States, they use opioids. So the dose is really important in this case
this
because
case.
you can die if you take some uh, it's a poison if you take the
Yes.
a wrong medicine.
Yes, nice. And here in Brazil, it's not like an addiction, I think, but we have some kind of problem with antibiotics, because
Yes,
people take antibiotics and they don't continue the treatment, and then it causes a big problem because people need antibiotics and the antibiotics
and
is
the
not making the same
bacteria is
effect.
like
Yes,
bigger and bigger.
exactly. But I don't think it's an addiction, it's just the bad use of the medication, it's the wrong
Yes,
doses, let's say like this.
yes, and I think medicine. The doctors in Brazil are studying to prescribe
Medicine.
antibiotics.
Yes.
They don't know another ways to treat some disease.
Yes. I see this a few times too. Let's say, for example, a few weeks ago, I was very sick, and I went to the doctor, and he said, "Oh, how long have you been sick?" And I said, "1 week and a half." And he said, "Okay, let's take these antibiotics, and that's it." Like it's really
Yes.
fast like this. I don't know if it's the right way to treat it, but yeah, it happens a lot. So let's go to the next question. I think it's question number 9. So tell me, we talked about different types of addictions like uh, smoking, eating sugar, drinking alcohol, watching Netflix, watching other things, using our smartphones a lot, social media, and etc. What is, in your opinion, the main reason that people do drugs or get addicted to this kind of stuff?
It's difficult because I never use the drug, so I don't know
Okay. Oh, you
one.
eat sugar. Come on. Don't come
No,
with
but
this.
I'm not really addicted. I'm controlled. If I go to the
Okay.
supermarket, I can't buy things and don't buy sugar. I can't go out just with my bread and my water. But
Okay,
I
nice.
there's something about emotional reasons maybe, and cultural and social reasons. I think when you put emotional and social things together, people start to use drugs. And curiosity, when we are younger, we have a lot of curiosity about things, and I believe that sometimes people start to use drugs in this age, like
Yes.
when they are teenagers. But I don't know exactly the reason. It's
Okay,
really
nice.
it's really difficult.
Yes, I know there is no right answer here. All right, it's just to develop the conversation. But I agree with you when you say that uh, we are mixing some emotional problems with the social problems, and sometimes people they go to drugs as a way to escape their reality. And well, it's not a real escape, but it's I don't know, a short period of time when you're relaxed, you're not thinking about the problems of your life, of your emotions and etc. And I don't know, I see this also as a, because sometimes let's think about alcohol, for example. Sometimes it's very cheap, you know, like people they don't have money but they can buy something to drink and like to stay drunk during all the day and then drinking more, so yes, I think it's very accessible actually,
Yes.
it's very popular, let's put it like this. And yes, so let's go to the next one. It's the last one. So I don't know about you, but I grew up here in São Paulo, and in São Paulo we had a program called ProErd. I don't know if you heard about it,
Yes.
and it's talking about drugs and etc. during the school period. Do you think we should learn to avoid drugs at school, or you think that it's an obligation of the parents to educate their children, or it's both, or it doesn't matter? Each one can consume the drugs they want. What do you think about it?
I I I, I take some private classes when I was 10 or 11 years.
Yes, me too.
I was
Like,
really young. I even don't I in that time I never thought about drugs because I was too young. But I think it's important to talk about, but not like I remember that it was very strong for us because the PM, I don't know if you have if a teacher or if a policy. I
yes,
have
military police officer.
yes, and they enter in the class with arms, and it's really it's strange. It's not good because we don't talk about drugs in an open way, like as drugs make this with you and cause these problems, and if you take you need to make this with people with you confident or in a safe place. They just talk, we can go to the prison, it's better for it's bad for our family. It's not a good way to teach about drugs because we're not learning at all. We just put fear in us, and I don't like this kind of education. I like the education we learn and we have an open conversation.
Okay. Well, now that you mentioned it, I remember I was like you around 10, 11 years old, I don't know. And I was really surprised because I saw a police officer inside the classroom with a gun, and I was like,
Yes.
come on, do you need to come here with that?
Yes, it's really. I don't know if in another states where the kids had prayers. I believe that just in São Paulo because we have a different mindset about uh, policy.
Yes.
We like so much policy. We have a lot of policy in São Paulo. So I think it is something from São Paulo state. I think it's important to talk about it, but I talked when I was 10. I think it's too early, maybe in 13 or 14. Like sexual education, I think it was 14 or 15. It's important, but we need to improve this conversation.
Okay. Yes, I agree with you. I don't know about the question of age, because let's take, for example, different parts of São Paulo. São Paulo is a very big city, a very big state. I don't know, the drugs can get to the children when they are very young or later, I don't think it's a matter of age, let's put it like this. But I really think that we should have this kind of classes, that it's an open conversation that you can ask and that you have an answer, not an answer like it's bad, don't use it, like an answer, no, it's going to happen this and this, and that's why it's bad, that's why we
Yes.
don't want you to use it.
Yes, and priority is really joke right now because in the carnival, I saw a lot of people with costumes. You can search
Really?
on internet. People use the Pride costume, like someone dressed like a lion from Pride, and someone dressed like a marijuana, and they go for carnival like
Come
a
on,
couple.
a couple.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm googling it right now, let me see. Oh, come on, it cannot be true. I'm seeing it right now on Carnival, come on. Yes, that's what you're talking about. Yes, I saw a guy with a pro shirt and a girl like wearing something related to drugs and etc.
Yes,
Really crazy.
Brazil.
Uh, yes, it's Brazil. Everything is carnival. And well, Maria, I guess that's it for tonight. But before we go, I'd like to ask you, how was the conversation? How was the topic? How were the questions? Did you like, you didn't like the topic? Like, tell me your true opinion about the first meeting with me.
I like the topic because in Brazil it's not a typical topic, but when we talk it from with people abroad, like some American or people from Europe, they talked about it. As I said, I was in Uruguay and Netherlands, and people talk about drugs in a daily routine. So it's important to us to improve our conversation.
Okay, nice. Yes. As I tell the guys, I like to bring topics that we are going to talk about and that we don't talk about normally, you know. So I think it's really important to bring this type of conversation that helps us to practice our English, but also help us to think a little bit about ourselves, our life, our social environment. And well, I think that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the meeting. I hope you enjoyed the conversation and come back to other meetings. All you need to do is go to talkandtalk.com.br and there you can find more information about other meetings, other schedules, and even other languages. All right. So thanks so much for participating, Maria. It was really nice meeting and talking to you. I hope to